I decided to talk about some of the culture shocks I experienced when I first came into the UK. Yes, I made that decision today. I feel shy talking about some of them though. I mean, why will I be going around asking to buy sachet water in the UK? I mean, pure water. Or why will I be addressing people with titles like auntie, uncle? Or why will I be that naive, not knowing that people are really desperate to leave and stay in the UK after their studies? Well, let's get right into the video. There's lots more to discover. This video is going to benefit lots of you that are aiming to get into the UK. Okay, I got some shocks with academics as well, and just general culture in the UK. I'm starting right from when I alighted at the airport, because I got my first shock at the airport. There was this guy called Eddie that was assisting me to get accommodation. I insisted that he pick me up from the airport because I was gonna get missing, and truly, if he did not pick me up at the airport, I would have gotten missing, you know. So after a while of persistence, he agreed and he came to the airport to pick me up. So I managed to get myself out of the airport to where Eddie was not yet. So I decided to ask someone. I think the person was a taxi driver because he was going towards his taxi. I went as polite as possible to approach this man. I went like, "Excuse me, sir, uncle, please, where is..." I never finished my statement, and this guy, this uncle taxi driver, furiously shunned me. And we're like, "Excuse me, I'm not your uncle." Oh God, there comes my first shock in the UK. I was like, what have I done wrong? That was my politest self. So like a lot going through my mind. The slightest certainty or idea I had about Eddie's whereabouts vanished from my head. Eddie called me for like 2 times. I did not even know that somebody was calling me. I mean, it wasn't nice to get welcomed with such shock. But yes, I finally met Eddie and we hopped onto the train to get to my accommodation. Whilst on the train, we got into a conversation and Eddie asked, "What is your plan after studies?" The answer to the question was so obvious: to go home after my program. Is that not what everyone does? He just looked at me somehow. I believe in his head he's like, what? The way Eddie looked at me and never said anything, I knew there was something going on. Maybe there are other things that they do in the UK that I have no idea. And when I got into my accommodation, everything was cool, you know. And as a typical Ghanaian, somebody who has consumed pure water right from the onset, my entire university life in Ghana, in UDS, I've consumed pure water throughout, even after UDS, even in my home. So after I surveyed my room and the thought of settling down came in mind, I asked Eddie, I mean, where can I get pure water empire? I mean, Eddie is a Ghanaian, okay, so he understands when I say pure water. But for those of you that are not Ghanaian, I don't know how you call it in your country, but it's sachet water, okay? I'll put that on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. Yes. So I asked Eddie, where can I get sachet water to buy? Eddie was like, what? He laughed at me. He went like, listen, the tap water is good. Everyone drinks the tap water. It's not like that of Ghana that is not that purified. Here is good. You can drink it, but you won't get that pure water you are used to in Ghana. For me, I just wanted to continue my pure water routine. I never searched what type of water they drink in the UK. My search about UK did not extend to that, but I got shocked. I was like, what kind of country is that there's not pure water? My accommodation was a student hostel, so there was a rep for that hostel. After I got sorted with Eddie, I asked the rep if she could get me a duvet and rice. Mind you, this lady was a white lady. After a while, and I came with cash, so I gave her the cash. I didn't have card anyway. She brought me sachet rice. I was like, what is this? How do I use it? The sachet rice? Oh God, I was like, can I do this actually? The idea of sachet rice blew my mind. Because I knew nowhere. I didn't even know that I could get proper rice, because the girl didn't even give me the idea that I could get proper rice like in the African shops and all that. I was like, I'm dead, because to rely on this type of sachet rice for a year, God. Another shock that I experienced in my early days in the UK was about the heating radiators. I don't know if I'm the only one. This one, I want you to comment in the comment section if you have experienced this. Trust me, when I came, I couldn't stand the heating in the rooms, even though it was cold, because I came in October, and that's the peak of cold in the UK, isn't it? There was cold, but I couldn't stand the heating. Anytime the heating was put on, I get serious headache. It was very poorly. I had to leave the room. So I would constantly put my heating off, and I was struggling. My flatmate couldn't understand. Now it's better. In fact, I can even lean my head against the radiator and sleep. But then I couldn't stand it. Am I the only one that experienced that? Please, if you did experience it, put it in the comment section and let me know that I'm not the only one. But yes, that thing was weird to me. Hey, assignment shock. How many of you living in UK that have been students that got assignment shocked? How many of you struggle at your early days in school or in the university? The critical thinking, the referencing, the paraphrasing. It's not like we've not done this back home, but trust me, it's different. I mean, me of all people, I struggled. My first assignment, I sent it to 3 professors to proofread a review for me. I got a very nice first assignment. I mean, I want to believe because I sent it to professors to proofread, but that didn't solve the fact that I was struggling with critical thinking, with referencing, with paraphrasing and all that. You know what helped me? I took time and I learned it from scratch. I started from the roots, and that was how I got the whole idea, the whole picture of what the UK academic curriculum really looked like. And trust me, after I did that, I enjoyed every bit of research in the UK. Trust me, my dissertation, I didn't want it to finish because it was so nice and I got a distinction in my dissertation. So for those of you that are struggling, especially those who are currently doing it or those who are yet to come, don't think you can skip the foundation. Make sure you learn the foundation really well because that is the only way that can help you. There were times that I was just sit on my table and I'm like, what do they really want? Like, how do I paraphrase this to their standard? How do I reference? Because I didn't want to go back to start from the foundation, but eventually I went back. Hey, accent dilemma. Guys, I struggled with the accent in my early days in lectures. But the good thing was that my studies was done entirely virtual because it was during COVID, so everything was online. So we had the opportunity to go back and watch recorded lectures, and all lectures were recorded. So that was a good thing. So if I don't get some of the lessons or whatever, I go back and watch them over and over and I get the idea. But the accent was an issue for me when I first came. And I wasn't somebody that was used to watching foreign movies that I would say, oh, I had an idea of British accents or American accent. No. So I had no clue. So when I got here, it was all, it was kind of like difficult a little bit in the early days. But I was very comfortable with some of the lectures that were led by Asian lecturers, Asian doctors. Those were fine because I could understand their accents really well. But the British one in the early days, oh gosh, it took a while for me to get it. Google Map and the transport system in UK, it took a long while for me to get grips of it because I knew nothing about Google Map. I'm from northern Ghana and we have no business with Google Map. I will always follow my friends to wherever they are going. If we are going for shift, if you're using the trains or buses, I follow my friends. I was even so amazed how they knew how to use Google Map because they were from Nigeria. It was all of us first time. To even make it worse here in the UK, you use Google Map to track buses, you use Google Map to track trains, you use Google Map to book taxis, to track taxis and all that. And it just made the whole thing complex for somebody who had no knowledge about it. Guys, and these were some of the culture shocks I experienced when I first came into the UK. I would like to know if you can relate to these stuffs that I've just mentioned, or if there are some culture shocks that you experienced that you would like us to know. Will you do us a favor and put it in the comments section, guys? I did not even introduce myself. My name is Fatimata Ali. For those who are passing by for the first time, thank you so much. Please do subscribe to my channel. Like, share, and comments. To my returning subscribers, You mean so much to me. You are a community and you are a family. Thank you for coming back. If you do find value in this video, give it a thumbs up, like, and share. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.